Hey guys, this is T here, another video. This is on term deposit accounts. This will help you with exercise 3D.2. So term deposit accounts are another type of bank account that earns interest. But the difference between this and savings accounts is that in term deposit accounts, they have to exist for a fixed time period, and they stay for that whole time period at a fixed interest rate. So basically that means you're putting your money away into a term deposit, you earn interest on it, but you cannot access that money for the whole time period. You can't do anything with it. You can't deposit or withdraw, it just sits there. So why would anyone want to do that? Well, you're going to tend to have a higher interest rate on term deposits than you would have with a savings account. So if you don't need a lump sum of money, if you don't need a large amount of money, chuck it into a term deposit for a certain amount of time, let it earn interest, then it will be slightly bigger at the end of that time period. So the interest rate of a term deposit depends on the length of time for the term deposit that you're doing, and the amount of money that you're investing. So the more money that you're investing, you're going to get a higher interest rate. The longer you're willing to let it go or leave it alone, the higher the interest rate is going to be. So you're going to be using the same tables. You're going to see these sort of details on the tables in page 73 of your 11 General Maths book. And so, yeah, you need to have those ready to go for these questions, and you're going to use those tables over and over again for the next few for the exercises coming up. So if you go to page 73 of your textbook, you'll see from the information tables, say I'm looking at the balance bank one, term deposit rates. So if you had a term of 3 months and you were only investing $500 to $9,999, you would only get an interest rate of 1.8%. If you invested $50,000 or more, you're going to get an interest rate of 1.9%. So see, the more that you invest, the higher the interest rate you're going to get. If you were investing that $50,000 plus for 24 months, you would get 2.6 as opposed to 1.9. So the bank is going to offer you a high interest rate the longer you keep the term deposit and the more that you put into the term deposit. The thing that you need to notice here is from the information tables, so those on page 73, you must read the conditions at the bottom. Because they determine if you're going to be using the simple or the compound interest formula. If you see at the conditions that the interest is reinvested, then you're going to be using compound interest. If you see the interest is paid directly to the investor, you use simple interest. Why is that? Because if the interest you're generating is being reinvested, so being put back into the account, then it's going to be compounding, because then the next time you calculate interest, it's going to be on a bigger amount. If you're directly getting the money, the interest money, then it's not going back into the account, it's not making it larger. So that's why if it's going directly to you, you're using simple interest. So to make all these things clearer, let's have a look at an example here. So you have $30,000 to invest for a period of 6 months. Find the interest you could earn from balance bank or cash credit union term deposits, which you'll find on page 73. So let's do balance bank first. Balance bank, if you look at the conditions, it's reinvested. So like I've said above, that means compound interest is going to be used. And so it's 30,000. So I'm going to be in that middle column there of that table. 30,000 is for 6 months. So I'm going to get a rate of 2.4%. 30,000 for 6 months. Therefore a rate of 2.4%. Alright. So I think I've got all the information that I need for that. So you're using that formula because obviously it's not compounding yearly, it's compounding monthly based on those conditions that it said. You're going to be using the compound interest formula of FV is equal to PV1 plus I over K, which we did a few exercises ago, KN. So PV is going to be 30,000. 1 plus interest rate of 2.4 as a decimal, so 0.024 divided by K. It says it's being credited monthly, so it's going to be 12, and then Kn, it's going to be 12 times by n. Well, we're not even doing a whole year, we're doing half a year, so 12 times by 0.5. So what does that come to? 30,000 to... I need to work out what 0.024 divided by 12 is. So that's going to be 1 plus 0.002, and then 12 times by a half is going to be 6. So it's going to be 30,000, 1.002 to the power of 6. So if you work that out, to the power of 6 times by 30,000, it's going to come to 361.80 to 2 dp. So that's what the FV is going to be, but the question is asking how much interest I could get. So interest is going to be FV minus PV, because it's telling me what I ended up with, and I don't know what I started with, so the interest is going to be the difference between those, so it's going to be 361.8 minus what I started with, 30,000, so it's going to be $361.80 interest with balance bank. Alright, so that is the first one. And obviously you're trying to compare the two, so you need to work out the interest from the other bank, Cash Credit Union. With Cash Credit Union, directly to investor. So it's simple interest this time. So if you're investing 30,000, we're going to be in the middle column again. For 6 months, it's going to be 2.45%. 30,000 for 6 months. Here's going to be, it's the same. No, it's slightly different. 2.45%. 2.45% per annum. So now we're using the simple interest formula. So SI is equal to PRT is going to be 30,000 times by the rate, 0.0245 is 2.45% as a decimal, times by the time in years. Well, it's going to be a half, 0.5. 6 divided by 12 is going to be 0.5. So work that out on the calculator. 30,000 times by 0.0245 times by 0.5. That comes to $367.50. And that tells you the interest straight away. So interest with Cash Credit Union. So I'm just going to check if that question that I posed was asking you to compare. No, it's just asking calculate the interest you could earn from Balance Bank. So Balance Bank would give me $361.80 interest. Cash Credit Union would give me $367.50 interest. So that is an example of doing a term deposit calculation. Hopefully that helps you out for 3D2, and I will see you on the next video.